Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. If you are new to this channel, this is where I take free picks from the internet and from my favorite sports writers and sports handicappers, and I display those picks for you on these four whiteboards, and I, showcase four games out of the games of the day. I think today there's probably, about a dozen, roughly a dozen. I don't know exactly, but I looked through them, and these are the games I decided to go with in chronological order. First of all, let's take care of some old news. Yesterday I went 2-2. Let's see, I won the Memphis beat Houston, or they didn't beat them, but they stayed within 9 like I predicted. Houston won 64-57. The Maryland did beat Michigan 83-70, covering the 4-point spread. The games I lost, I had Ohio State to stay within 7 to Michigan State. That did not happen. Michigan State beat them 80-69. And finally, I took Illinois to beat Iowa and cover 3.5. Heartbreaker. They won, but they won 78-76. That's only 2 points, not covering. Therefore, I lost that game. That's 2-2 yesterday in college basketball. Let's get on with today's game so I can do my morning stuff and get to work. Okay. First game, 7 o'clock game. We have Central Michigan. They're getting 5.5 points against Ohio. This is part of the MAC tournament. I don't know. I forgot what MAC stood for, but it's not MAAC. It's just MAC. Midwestern Athletic Conference. I do believe that's it. So, taking Central Michigan, we have winners and whiners. Scott Rochelle, that guy. Taking Ohio, Big E. He's back, and he's good. He's starting to freeform all his picks. Tony T, the man himself, Tony Tellez. Pick Dogs, Mitch. And from Stat Salt, David Delano. And David Delano from Stat Salt is saying the game is going to go under 152. So, going with the capper majority, I'm going to roll with Ohio in this tournament. They are actually at home, but it's a tournament, so it's not, you'll have all different fans. But they're kind of the tournament's being played at, I think, Ohio. I could be wrong, but either way, for the MAC tournament, I have Ohio moving on, and they'll probably end up playing, Wright State? I think Wright State and somebody else is in the other semifinal round. Next, we have 9 o'clock game. This is a big one. This is for the West Coast tournament, as well as this. We got San Francisco getting 13 points against Gonzaga. This is played, according to Big E, this is played at the Orleans Stadium in Vegas, I think. But he says Gonzaga's fans travel with the team because they think this is their year. This is the year Gonzaga might win the national championship. I don't believe it, but hey. Okay, taking San Francisco, we have picks and parlays. Sean Higgs. Much respect for Sean Higgs. And we also have picks and parlays. Craig Trapp. Both of those picks and parlays guys, or you want to call them bookie blasters, picks and parlays, whatever, they're both taking San Francisco because they're getting plus 13. Now, they don't think San Francisco is going to win. They think Gonzaga is going to win, but they think it's going to be within 13. Taking Gonzaga to cover 13, we have Big E. He explained why, the whole fan presence. Pick Dogs Mitch says Gonzaga is going to smash San Fran, the Dons of San Fran. Winners and Whiners, Philly Flash. And finally, Stat Salt, the Admiral. Now this is interesting because, Stat Salt also said over 153. It's interesting because Don Higgs and Craig Trapp are both right up at toward the top of the Picks and Parlays handicapper line. Big E, he's not even known. Mitch, a lot of times he throws darts because he does so many games. He can't take that much time to research them all. You know what I mean? I have mad respect for the Admiral. He's good. And Philly Flash, yeah, he's touch and go. So, that being said, I agree though. I think Gonzaga is going to smash San Fran by more than 13. You know, Big E said their fan presence is going to be great. I believe it. And, you know, got to go with Mitch. Mitch was adamant that Gonzaga is going to blow the Dons right out. Okay, moving on. We have Green Bay versus Northern Kentucky Norse. Northern Kentucky University. Okay, Green Bay's coming in at 15-15. Northern Kentucky 19-9. Okay, this is part of the Horizon tournament, and maybe Horizon. This is the one with Wright State, I think. Wright State versus, because I was going to do the Wright State game. Let me see here a second. Yeah. UIC versus Wright State is the other Horizon game. The winner of this game is going to play the winner of either. This is the semifinal round. So these guys are either play. They got like Western Michigan versus Toledo. That's tonight. Also Miami of Ohio versus Buffalo. That is also tonight. So what others is there? I think that's it for the MAC tournament. Eastern Michigan, Kent State. So Kent State, Eastern Michigan, the winner of that, I believe, plays the winner of this. And then Wright State, who I'm pulling for, is over here in the Horizon. So in the MAC tournament, I'm rooting for Buffalo, New York, but I believe probably Ohio. I don't know. Who cares? It's not like any of them are going to go to the Sweet 16 except for maybe Gonzaga. And we're not at that game yet. But back to this. Taking Green Bay, Big E. I'm glad he's free-forming his picks now. Sports Chat plays Chris Ruffalo. And Winners and Whiners, Blake V. is taking Green Bay plus 5 points. Taking Northern Kentucky, we have Pick Dogs, Mitch. Heath, pretty much, coin flip, pretty much. Tony T, his show, Sean Higgs is taking the Norse. Stat Salt, David Delano. And he's saying it is going to go under. Also, I'd like to mention Chris Ruffalo from Sports Chat Place also said under. Okay, and finally, for the tiebreaker, we've got Pick Dogs, Ronald Romanelli is taken Northern Kentucky Norse. Now, I don't know much about Green Bay, Wisconsin, or Northern Kentucky. So when in doubt, go with the capper. You know, I think, yeah, the Norse, that's a cool mascot. And going with the capper majority. I'm going to take Northern Kentucky. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the Horizon tournament, but I'm going to go with these guys. Northern Kentucky to cover to lay 5 points. Finally, the late degenerate game in the West Coast Conference. My understanding is the winner of this is going to play the winner of this. I'll add, BYU did beat Gonzaga. Gonzaga is 15-1 at home. They only got one loss, and that was to these guys back in February 22nd. So, that being said, I think everybody had that in mind. Looking at the records, 24-7, 23-7. St. Mary's is actually better, but let's see what the capper have to say. John from Rickett Picks is taking BYU. Pick Dogs Mitch is taking BYU. Sean Higgs from Tony's Picks is taking BYU. Brigham Young University. All the Mormons, right? Winners and Whiners, Philly Flash. And Stat Salt. The Admiral are all taken Brigham Young, making it a full full capper consensus. I know you guys. I know a lot of you guys don't watch hockey, but in the hockey show, I get picks from BPOW Picks Patreon site, and they had this little parlay. Win a parlay, I'll do a dare. And the guy dared him to do an entire show doing the Perlo dance, and he did. He did the whole show doing this. I don't. Anyway, full capper consensus with BYU covering the 4 points. I can't go against them, so I'm going to join them. And Damian Sosh chimed in. He didn't take a side, but he chimed in with the over. And also Stat Salt said it's going to go over. So let's recap for the day. For tonight's free NCAA basketball picks for Monday, March 9th. Okay, we have Ohio beating Central Michigan in the MAC tournament. We've Gonzaga covering a big 13 points over the San Francisco Dons in the West Coast tournament. We have Northern Kentucky University Norse covering 5 points over Green Bay, Wisconsin. That is Horizon tournament. Yeah? Yes. And finally, the degenerate pick, last game of the night at 11:30 tonight, East Coast time. We have the West Coast tournament and full capper consensus. Everybody's taking BYU to lay 4 points over St. Mary's. There you have it. Gather your info. Oh, go over on that game. Go under on that game. These two, Stat Salt. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't do that shit. So, add the under to the Northern Kentucky, add the over on the BYU game. Okay? So gather your info, place your bets, cash your tickets. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy recipe to make some extra money. Okay? So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I will be doing after work. I will be doing a hockey capper comparison pick show. So come back for that. Make sure if you haven't already, hit subscribe. I mean, I was up to like 52 and I lost 2. I don't know why, whatever. Maybe because I said, if you're a gambler, don't watch this program and unsubscribe. And if you have a gambling problem, because if you have a gambling problem, do not watch this show, because this is gonna pull that trigger, make you run to the bank or whatever, sell your grandma's diamond ring. I'm just playing. Anyway, have a good day. Good luck.